absolutely. We've got sending it. It's down like 20% or something, so must have obviously. Yeah. Well, now it sounds like another week or something, no rain. I mean, it's a good week out. I was give it up to my dad. Yeah.
We're all assembled here, and it is 6:30 somewhere. And so I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the regular city council meeting for the city of Minnetrista of July 20th, 2026. First order of business, just a reminder, if you have cell phones with you, please mute them or put them on airplane mode so they don't disrupt the meeting. And second, I'd like to invite you all to say the Pledge of Allegiance with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So good evening, everyone, and also for those of you watching later on in YouTube. We have a lot of people here this evening as very special guests. We will recognize those individuals very shortly. I'm Lisa Whalen, I'm the mayor, and to my left are council members Kathleen Redknapp, Claudia Lacey, and Brian Hubbard. Peter Vickery is absent this evening, and then on the end we have our Gary Peters, who is our Public Works Director, and Paula Baumann, who is our Assistant Administrator. To my right, I have Jasper Kugel. He is our City Administrator. Brian Grimm is our Finance Director. David Abel is our Community Development Director. And then Pat Cummings is our Deputy Chief, sitting in for Chief Squires this evening. And we may have a few people. I think Ann Meyerhoff is our City Clerk. Thank you. The attorney. No, that's Sarah. So Ann Meyerhoff is also with us remotely, as is Sarah Sonsal, who is our Kennedy and Raven, our attorney, and then Emma Sapolsky is our city engineer with WSP. So with that, our first order is, of course, to approve the agenda. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented? So moved. Thank you, Ms. Lacey. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Redkin. Any further questions? Comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 4-0. So we have some special presentations here tonight, and we're going to start out with the very most important presentation. Therefore, Greg Peterson, who is now the retired chief, the Mound Fire Chief, and I'm going to come out there and invite you to join me. Okay, it's on. Not on. Okay, so that is talking about testing.
There might be someone on there. Oh, here.
Thank you. All right, thank you. So I know you're the chief of Mound. However, as you know, we have been partners and have been working together for many years. And so we kind of consider you as our fire chief as well. You and St. Bonnie both have done a fabulous job, but you're retiring. Sorry that you're retiring. But obviously after 51 years, 2 weeks ago, okay, so and how's it going so far?
It's hot.
Well, but we just wanted to let you know that your service to our community has been exemplar and that we really have appreciated working with you and for you serving our community. And you've done a very fabulous job. I have a little speech here that I'm going to read. And tonight, the Minnetrista City Council recognizes and honors an extraordinary career of service, dedication, and leadership. Since the beginning with the Mound Fire Department on February 3rd, 1975, Chief Greg Peterson has devoted an incredible 51 years to protecting Mound and its surrounding communities such as Minnetrista. We have long depended on Mound Fire for our safety. Over the course of those 5 decades, Chief Peterson answered 15,695 calls, amassing over 17,000 call hours, and those hours only scratch the surface when you factor in the thousands of hours in drills and the countless hours spent on community events like the annual fish fry during and all of the holiday events, even here in Minnetrista, Trista Day. And during his tenure, the department's call volume grew from roughly 100 calls a year to more than 800. And through all of that growth, the quality of service to our residents never wavered. Chief Peterson became fire chief in 1998 and Mount's first full-time chief in 2004. And he helped shape the department into what it is today. One of the most respected fire departments, not only in Hennepin County, but in the state of Minnesota, and that's a big feat. You can be proud of that. Among his lasting accomplishments was spearheading the acquisition and development of the Mount Fire Hall that opened in 2004, a facility that continues to serve as the backbone of the fire protection for our entire area. His leadership extended well beyond the station through decades of service with the Hennepin County Fire Chiefs Association, the Western Area Fire Training Academy, and the Minnesota State and International Associations of Fire Chiefs. For the city of Minnetrista, Chief Peterson has been more than a neighboring fire chief. He has been a trusted partner. I'm almost done. He has a commitment to his regional cooperation and shared service as a model of what communities can accomplish together, and our residents have been safer for it every day of his career. You'll find no bigger champion for Mount Fire, and Mount Fire has no bigger champion for the community it serves. The Minnetrista City Council extends its deepest gratitude to Chief Peterson for his remarkable legacy, congratulates him on a well-earned retirement, and wishes him many years of enjoyment with his family, and perhaps a few quiet nights of uninterrupted sleep, which he has certainly earned. We also welcome incoming Chief Andy Drilling and look forward to continuing this valued partnership. I want to thank you. Now you can keep it.
Great, say a couple things.
You can say as many as you want.
It's short. Probably don't need any notes, but I'm going to use them then. First of all, I'm feeling a little underdressed. I'm wearing my polo tonight, but I gave Ed a white shirt at least, and then he's going to show me. Honorable Mayor, council members, staff. I just want to say thank you for your support over the years. I mean, it's been a great partnership for everybody. We have a great working relationship with Minnetrista and the police department. It's exceptional. Our firefighters, all of the folks that are here and the other 35, they're all honored, proud to serve Minnetrista. And we believe we serve them well.
You do.
I am a bit disappointed that we've not yet formed the fire district. It's something that I was working on for over 20 years, and Mayor Whalen, when she was a council member way back when, we were talking about the fire district joint powers agreement. It will happen. It will happen. Just be patient. We have a great relationship with our friends at St. Bonnie. Chief Eric Anderson and I have become really good friends. Him and Andy Drilling have become close as well. So we have that great partnership going as well. I just want to say the best approach for long-term sustainability, considering the growth in your city, is building a partnership with Mount Minnetrista Spring Park and St. Bonnie. That's the end goal. I just think that's what's got to happen. So with that, I'll just say thank you for your support. Been great. And, you know, I'll be around. And I just want to keep an eye on Jasper. Also wanted to acknowledge 12-year council member George Seneko, who was also on our fire commission for a long time. He likes to take credit for all the apparatus we purchased over the years. But he was a very positive influence too, so just want to say thanks to George. That's pretty much it. I think Chief Drilling is replacing me. He's got family history in San Diego Fire Department. He ended up in Minnesota. Why, I don't know. I do know, but.
Great place to live.
Yeah, that's true. He has the support of our staff, and he's got the fire pedigree. I'm helping him a little bit with budgets. Otherwise, we're all good. So, thanks again. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for recognizing me.
And I will say we're very honored that the new fire chief, Andy, and Eric, fire chief at St. Mike, are both Minnetrista residents.
It's a good place to live.
I know, it is. So, thank you for coming. We really appreciate all that you've done. Next we also would like to recognize some of our longtime employees. And we have a policy that when an employee has been here for more than 5 years, we like to recognize them and give them a little tiny appreciation. And so with that this evening, what we're going to do is we're going to recognize Lori Braslow. She has been here for 40 years. We're also recognizing Pat Cummings. He's been here for 20 years. We're also recognizing Brian Grimm. He's been here for 20 years as well. Now, we have some other individuals that weren't able to make it this evening, and Craig Squires and Trevor Barrett might show up a little bit late. He got called away, and then Spencer Hope, and then Jacob Terrace. Those we might be recognizing at our next meeting. But if you will come, let's see, we have your certificates here. I think. Right. Yeah, go down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Brian, you've been here 20 years. Brian is our finance director. And I think I've worked with you almost the whole time except for our refinance. So, yeah. And we have a lot of trust in you and your finance abilities. You've been a great asset to our team. We really appreciate it. We hope to stick around for another 20. Because guess what? Lori has been here for 40 years over in our police department. And of course, your expertise and your historical knowledge and all of that is exemplar. We really appreciate your contribution to our community as well as to our team. So thank you for 40 years. I don't think I'll probably do another 40 years, but fine. As long as you can come. And then Pat Cummings has been here 20 years, I'll see. But you could stick around another 20 maybe. So he's our new deputy chief, and he's been sitting in for this evening. We have a really, really good police chief as well as the deputy chief. I say that to everybody. They made our police department what it is today, along with Lori's help. I know Lori has a hand in that. And we have a great police department, and we really appreciate everything that you folks do over there. Thank you very much, and I think Jasper has a token appreciation.
They have them.
They have them.
Yeah.
They do. So next on our agenda, we have some consent agenda items for.
Can
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we moved that. Yeah, I thought we were moving that, but okay, go ahead. So now, one more special, presentation, and that's our second quarter financial update. Mr. Grimm.
Madam Mayor and Council, I'll be brief. It's the midpoint of the year, so usually as long as you would have already known if something was really noteworthy, I brought it at first quarter or even in the interim. So, but as you see in the packet, revenues are tracking pretty much where they are this time of year. Our building permits, we had brought that number down, with just the knowing that the Woodland Cove development was finishing up, but we still are exceeding our number there pretty much for the whole year already. So that'll be a good positive impact there. On the expenditure side, we're doing a little better than last year at this time, and we can see those numbers there. And then the other probably just noteworthy thing is that the cash and investments, we did get the bond proceeds in May, so that's where you see a little bit larger amount as of the end of June with obviously to make the payments on the water treatment plant that is currently under construction. So and as well as the summer road projects that are going on. So that's where you'll see that number is incorporated there. So I guess probably I'd open it up for any questions of the council. Otherwise, more just the check-in. We'll be diving into the budget process for 2027 here, shortly in August, and we'll piggyback up for the current year and go from there. So,
thank you. I was excited to see that we exceeded the building permit expected revenues, because that was a big concern coming into 26 there.
Yeah.
So good job. I only have one question. The drug task force, do we know for sure, are we going to get 50,000? Do you know when we get it, or?
I know from coordinating with Chief Squires, and we pretty much, there's a handful of cases that are in the portal, but I don't know if the federal government, the wheels sort of turn a little slow sometimes. So I think there's money that's in the queue to be dispersed to the city and other eligible cities from these cases, but they just none has came in yet so far this year. But there's cases waiting to be, I guess, settled or shared with the cities that participate in the drug task force activities. So.
And generally, when is that?
It can be real sporadic, or it's just more when things finish up on, I think, the federal government's end as far as releasing the funds. So.
The workers' comp for streets and then the department, those are over, or were the premiums just higher, were there more claims, or is that?
Yeah, I think.
The next half of the year, or?
So yeah, it's it'll be done for the year. We've paid the full amounts, but I think we had, when our workers' comp audit came in, I think our payroll was a little higher than when we had budgeted. It's always the lag and stuff, and I think that was even based on before we added the 15th police officer and stuff. So there was some factors that came into play that we just had to pay a little more based on covered payroll. So.
Also, any other questions? Otherwise, thank you. So now we'll move on to consent agenda items. Are there any you wish to remove?
Fourth in person's putting her.
I don't.
Oh, no one signed up for.
No, I think,
People.
Okay. Unless, we have, Connor Swanson. Okay, you wanted to talk about the ETV ordinance?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me come on now.
Yep. You have to come up to the podium, say your name and address for the record, and 3 minutes.
Hi, my name is Connor Swanson. I live at 2565 Highland Road, up on the lake. And I just want to talk today about the ATV ordinance, specifically the 300-foot permission rule from your neighbors. My family moved in a couple months ago, and we've talked to the other 2 neighbors, and they had no issues with ATVs. We have one neighbor that runs alongside of our property, which ends up being about 6 acres of our 12-acre property that we are not able to use at all for recreational vehicles. And we're not asking to build a dirt bike track. We're just asking to be able to drive my 2-year-olds on a 4-wheeler ride for 30 minutes without getting videotaped. So just looking to get that permission aspect gone. I just think it's extremely unfair that someone had that much control of your land, especially how it stacks up that's our only flat, dry area. The other side of our lane is steep hills and there's swamps on that side, so we can't use that side. And it's really unfortunate that bragging along with those neighbors. And on Mother's Day, I took my kid down, just down the lake for a 1-minute ride, and I came back up the hill, and the neighbor standing with his phone, videoing, just waiting for us to drive by.
Probably would have been good if you had been here during our work session, because we discussed this during our work session. We're gonna tweak it a little bit, and then why don't you take a look at it and call staff, talk to staff, see if that's gonna work a little bit better for you. If it doesn't, we'll take another run at it, okay? Can we share with them briefly?
Yeah, what is it?
So there were a couple of things that we threw out. One, we said, maybe it's 300 feet from a house versus the property line, which would give you some relief. The other thing that we talked about is, we understand that you just want to kind of go down to the dock occasionally kind of thing. And so then we said, well, maybe we can just tweak it and say you could go down to your dock, and how, I think the wording was, for, Brian, de minimis of the time, 15 minutes for in an hour time frame. So that gives you plenty of time to go down to your dock, go out on your boat, come back up, that kind of thing. So if that doesn't work for you, talk to staff and we can revisit it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna work
Okay.
for me, so,
Okay,
I mean,
That's not gonna work.
yeah.
yeah, and that's kind of why I was thinking maybe a 300-foot distance from the house versus 300 feet from.
It's his property, he should be able to.
Hold on, just a minute. So why don't we talk about that? You'll have to maybe come in, talk to staff, talk to us. We only have about 3 minutes and we're not gonna make any decisions here. So we'll see how we can accommodate you a little bit better, okay?
Okay, I mean, I just understand it's my property, that like 2 properties over, they have all permission, they can use their property even if it's only a year or 2, but
And I can give you the history on that too.
I'm working on history a little bit, but I don't think it's fair that they're opposing that on my family home.
And I'm sure legally.
Okay, so like I said, give staff a call, and if need be, we'll have you come in, we'll talk to you, and we'll figure out something, okay?
Right.
All right, thank you. All right. So then we have, our consent agenda items. Are there any you wish to remove from the consent?
From G.
Okay, so G, we're gonna pull. So otherwise, are there any other ones? Otherwise, they consist of approve our work session meeting minutes. B is approve our city council regular meeting minutes. A resolution to approve, claims. D is a resolution to approve a variance at 3900 Kings Point Road. E is a resolution to approve an IUP amendment and a CUP at 6900 County Road 110 West. F is a resolution to approve a CUP amendment at 8230 State Highway 7. H is the ordinance number 507, a tobacco ordinance. And I is a resolution authorizing publication of ordinance number 507 by title and summary. And J is accept the Hennepin County grant for night vision equipment. And K is approve the maintenance agreement for trees in the right of way at 1295 Preserve Boulevard. Is there a motion to approve consent agenda items A through K with, not including G? So, thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Mr. Govern. Any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes 4-0. So we can discuss number G.
Yeah, so David, I don't know if you have this information or if the applicant knows, what kind of electrical equipment is going in these?
The applicant is here, so we can,
Exact specs on the generator that we're using, but generally speaking, it just be internet. Should have about 17 decibels at 75 feet. So about as loud as a lawnmower.
Right, so what, is it like wiring, what is it? Like, what's going in this?
So we're a long pole fiber company. We're connecting Seattle to Minneapolis, trying to expand out the current network with local ISPs. And then the generator would serve as a power source for our street site.
And then the generators are diesel, so is there, precautions put in case they leak and get all over the
Yeah.
property, the land and everything like that?
Yeah, so they'll have a basin underneath it in case it leaks, that would also be able to catch fire and trap the fire from being able to go beyond that.
Are there any future plans, or is it just these two structures?
Currently, we're just trying to do these two structures, but we did have plans for adding a couple more in the future.
Okay.
Would they be the same size then?
Yeah, they would all have generators, but the generator building itself is not the same.
Okay.
How many more are you planning in the future?
I don't really know that right now. If we're not able to do them on this site, we're planning to do other sites.
And then, David, you'll know that if they do them on the site, when would they have to come back to council for approval? How many could they put on without getting additional approval?
Yeah, they're a permitted use, because it's a utility. So the threshold here would be a site plan review, so it'd be percentage of changing the property, and that's a 25% threshold change. If they meet that threshold, they need to come back. If they don't, they could just, it's a permitted use, so they could expand up to that 25%.
Would that be a couple more? Or how many, do we know how many more?
We'd have to break down, I don't know, we'd have to break down the square, do the
And
math.
this would be within that 2 acre, it's a 2 acre area that you're leasing, so it would be within that vicinity. Okay, all right. Any other questions? All right. All right. Council, what is your pleasure? The planning commission heard this and is approve, the motion to recommend approval. Was there a motion to approve? It would be number G as a resolution number 78-25, approved site plan at 9385 County Road 26.
So move.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, Ms. Lacy. Further questions? Comments? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Hold on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Next then, we don't have any public hearings. We have a business item, and it's appointing a comprehensive plan update task force. So with that, we had just a couple of people attend our work session that are interested, but we have a list of people that are interested in participating in our task force. I have to get to the right number here. Is it 193? Right. All right. So we have Lindsay Jameson, Sarah Hussein, Tricia Taylor, and who else is not listed here? They dropped down. I'm sorry. All right. So it's a computer problem. All right. Carol Rogers, David Martinson, George Zanenko, Malini Balan, and Missy Grainer. Those are the people that have volunteered, and the question we asked them is, do you understand that there's about one meeting a month on the fourth Monday of the month on average, but not every month? And hopefully you have the time to commit to this. I'm assuming you will. And we said, we'd like you to be here 75 to 80% for the meetings, because it is a very important part of our community planning process. So with that, is there a motion to approve these individuals for our comp plan development committee?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. Any further questions? All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion passes. Look forward to serving with you again, Mr. Zanenko, on our committee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for all the work you do.
You're welcome. Next, we have
Just a-
administrative items.
Just a point
Yeah.
of clarification, are we gonna do a liaison approach with the council?
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
okay,
Yeah,
perfect,
or, yeah.
Like a rotating, like
We
planning.
can probably rotate too.
perfect, thank you.
All right. Let's see. So now we have future agenda items.
Yes, Madam Mayor, members of council, I just have a couple items on here. I think as many of you have seen in the local newspaper and on our website and social media, Mayor Whalen was the recipient of the League of Minnesota City CC Ludwig Award this year, and we're going to be having an open house in lieu of the work session on August 3rd at 5 p.m. So we'll be honoring the mayor at that event, and hopefully we can have a good turnout. We'll have cake, coffee, refreshments, and I think the League of Minnesota Cities will be there, and they'll be able to watch the video, and I think some league representatives will also say a couple words. Yeah, and then the last thing is that we're, as Brian alluded to, we're working towards our 2027 preliminary levy adoption, which will potentially be on September 9th.
Not August 17th?
I think it'll be probably something at the regular meeting on August 3rd, maybe even more on August 17th. We need the work session and then
Okay.
hopefully adopted then in September, I guess, for
Okay.
timeline.
You're just saying after.
Yep, yep.
Okay. All right. Any other staff reports? I'll be the liaison to the planning commission on the 20th. That's a week from now. Okay.
Good.
Yep. Monday. All right. And parks. Will park be meeting too?
No,
Okay.
no,
So,
just planning.
and that's at
6:30.
6:30. Okay. Thank you. Any other council reports? All right. So I just have a couple. So, as I was, Paula, Jasper, and I, all three of us were at the League of Minnesota Cities annual conference down in Rochester this year. It was a great conference, really good turnout, about, I want to say close to 500 people probably. And then, so what we did is we kind of split up and we all went to different workshops and learned a whole lot. Allison was the moderator of one of the workshops I went to. She did a great job, Allison. And the workshop was on grants. So if we have questions on grant writing or grants, we can tap into Allison's knowledge on that. And then the other thing is, I did attend the Fire Chiefs open house last week, whenever it was. And that was a nice event for him as well. And then coming up, we have the August 3rd open house, hopefully you can open it. And then we also have National Night Out. I will be participating, and I think you'll be escorting me around. Chauffeuring. Thank you. And then also, if any of you would like to participate, please let Patrick know so he can do you in on where to go and who to go with. And other than that, I think. Oh, and then I also had a Zoom meeting. It was the mayor's meeting with Senator Ann Johnson Stewart. We talked about the housing bill, and we talked about possibly forming a committee and maybe even formulating some type of verbiage should another, and I'm sure it will come again, housing bill come forward next session. We want to be prepared with some alternative language, maybe putting some restrictions on cost of homes. For instance, they can't just build whatever they want and then charge whatever they want, because the pretext is that they want to build affordable housing. So if that's what they want to do, great. I think we need more affordable housing, but then I think all the bills that have been surrounding that need to include that kind of language. So we'll be working on that. And then Jasper and I also have a meeting with Senator Ann Johnson Stewart and with Mayor Lafferty in Sherwood and their administrator to talk, and Minda to talk about some of the issues pertaining to Highway 7, some of the roundabouts, and some of the financing, and the kind of how much time do we have to come up with more financing for some of those roundabouts and safety issues. So we'll give you a heads up on that.
Madam Mayor, on the middle housing bill, is that, I know the city of Minnetonka Beach doesn't allow multiple unit housing. So do they just get to be waived?
So they can just come in and pretty much do what they want.
So then that doesn't matter. Okay.
Right. Yeah, basically it's called preemption, and what it means is that depending on how the bill is written, the developer or builder can come in and preempt city ordinances and city's authority, as long as they follow the state mandates. And that's what we're concerned about, very concerned, have been, and we've been pushing back on that. And so far, we've been successful. However, it's going to keep coming up. And so we thought, if we could be prepared with some language that would be included, that would only preempt them if they are going to build affordable housing. And out here would be very difficult.
Well, the problem is affordable is in the eye of the beholder.
Well, there would be some parameters and guidelines and guardrails on that. So it would have to be tied to something. Again, nothing's been done. We haven't sat down even yet to even come up with a draft of anything. And before it would go to anywhere, I believe that we could hash through it as well.
I thought they were tying it to our median home price.
Well, that may not be affordable, but we have to figure out the language what's affordable. Certainly our median home price is around 600,000. That's not affordable.
Right.
That's not affordable housing. So,
But let's say you go to, why is that a Ferndale? You're gonna buy a lot and put 10 affordable units there?
it's crazy.
Is Ann Johnson Stewart promoting this bill? Is she behind this bill?
No, we don't have a bill yet.
We don't know.
We don't have a bill. Well,
Trying to.
we're trying to avoid being told by the state what will happen in our communities. Because we would like to hold control over planning and zoning in our communities. So that's what we're trying to avoid. It's called preemption, meaning preempting the city council and the residents here that have elected us.
So the intent is then they essentially start from a blank sheet to rewrite it. It's not start from last year's bill.
That's kind of my hope. Yeah. Right. So, but again, it's going to be some lobbying. We're going to have to be, diligent, contacting our representatives and, making sure that we are heard. So we'll work on that. Okay. All right. I'll keep you posted. We'll do our best. All right. Anything else?
I have one thing. There's been a lot of information going out about the monthly billing transition, so we've been working with the HOAs, and we're gonna do our first monthly meter read here, I think, in a few days. So those bills should be hitting mailboxes around August 1st, so keep an eye out for that, and we'll keep the media and the communication push going. So we've gotten, I think, a mix of Q2 questions and a couple monthly billing questions so far. So we're tracking all those things. So we'll be able to report back, probably monthly on that. So
It'd be like a pop-up on the city website. So that's pretty slick.
yeah.
Okay, good.
So people should know that it's happening. We hope. We will get questions, I'm guessing, just with the transition and the two bills being due in August. But I think once we get through a few months, I think it should hopefully be more smooth.
Especially dry in July.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And Paula, do you know when is the newsletter going to hit the mailboxes? Do you have?
It will be mailed out this week.
Okay, so hopefully it'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow.
We have a print on right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Then any other questions or comments? Hearing none, then is there a motion to adjourn?
Someone.
Thank you, Ms. Griffin. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Everett. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion passes. All right. Till the 3rd.
We want to get